Welcome to our fourth Viceroy CySER Summer Workshop. This is a series we began in 2021 with the funding from the Department of Defense.
So we are one of the biggest college in the whole university system. Basically, you can see how we grew in the last decade. But one good thing is that we are really the university of the state. We have presence all over the state.
So Keyport was established back in 1914 as Pacific Coast Torpedo Station. So our legacy is very much in torpedoes. So for any history buffs out there, so prior to World War II, our job was mainly to produce the weapons needed for the Pacific Fleet.
The takeaway from this that I get is that the NICE framework, which remember that's put together by NIST, involves industry, what the industry is saying what they want these workers to be able to do. They expect this higher expertise level, basically, is the summary I get from this. So there's this disconnect between these accreditation requirements and then what industry is saying this is what we need our workers to be able to do.
In countries around the world, personal and professional information is being collected in targeted and aggregate ways as we go about our daily lives. One profession in particular, journalism, is tasked with keeping information in a sanctified space. Yet myriad factors prevent journalists from available steps to better protect themselves, their communications, and their sources, despite increasing levels of digital repression.
The intuitive idea of a contract is that it's a binding agreement between two or more parties that should be enforceable, right? And so that's the case with code too, right? So it's an agreement between different pieces of code as to what kind of behavior they should be exhibiting that's being enforced by a third party. And when the contract is violated, then we should be able to blame the contract violation on some offending party, right? We should say, which part of my code actually did something wrong that broke this contract?
And this tiny red dot in the middle, that's you. You are the only person in a data set of 1 million users who happens to have the exact combination of browser properties. So this is how browser fingerprinting works.
80% of jobs happen because of networking, not because someone applied on a website. It's because of who you know and what you know, but mainly who you know.
The quantum computing can kill the underlying hard math problem. So this problem becomes easy. So if this problem becomes easy, then the foundation of crypto system is broken.
It exactly, more or less, from a human perspective, they both look very, very same. But now if you ask the machine learning model, it is saying it is completely confident that it's actually a malignant tumor. So for a human eye, these two both look the same, but with some amount of noise, the machine learning model's prediction completely changed.
This particular paper was talking about how you can just scrape pictures posted on the internet and are able to predict relationships between people based on pictures.
A good lifelong learner is able to ask deep, probing questions that elicit answers and spark innovation. It's very important. Ask why, what, where, how. All of these big questions help us explore new routes, new possibilities, and as a lifelong learner, it's important to do that.